go.
The most intense, thrilling, electrifying sport on the planet. Mixed martial arts. You've been looking for the definitive podcast to call your new home to hear everything about it. The search is over. This is the MMAnomaly Show. No filter. Bringing you the hottest MMA breakdowns straight from the heart of the octagon. This show is all about MMA breakdowns. For fans, by fans. We're talking UFC, MMA, and the occasional big boxing match. We'll bring our unique take on how these fights are going to play out and who we think are the best bets. Welcome to the MMAnomaly Show. No filter. And now your hosts, Olin, a.k.a. MMAnomaly, and Emiliano, a.k.a. Jive Turkey Nano.
What is up, fight fans? Welcome back to another episode of the MMAnomaly Show, No Filter. I'm your host, Olin, a.k.a. MMAnomaly, and with me, as usual, is the co-host with the most, Jive Turkey Nano. They almost got me today, Nano. I'm not going to lie to you. They changed it again on StreamYard. So it mutes you during the intro. I realized it like 2 seconds before the intro dropped off. I'm like, not today, Satan. I got you, brother. New year, new me. I'm not falling for the same shit. And as I hovered over it, I was about to click the unmute button, and then it auto-unmuted. So I would have muted myself again and had egg on my face. I feel like StreamYard's fucking with me these days, bro.
Hey, man,
but
we're working out the
I digress.
We love it.
We figured it out. We're here a few minutes late. I apologize. Work stuff. If you see me looking off to the side, I do apologize. There's a lot going on right now that's riding on this as well. So anyways, with that being said, Nano, it has been 6 very long weeks since we've had fights. I feel like I'm fucking foaming at the mouth for this weekend's fight card, and it is one worth foaming over, right?
Absolutely.
But before we jump into it, brother, during these 6 weeks, I feel like we've both been just moving nonstop. You quite literally moving.
Yeah, literally.
So how you doing, man? How you hanging in there? How's the new year treating you?
It's treating me very kindly, my brother. I appreciate you asking. You know, we got to do the award show. That was a big highlight. Great way to end the year. And other than that, you know, we've had some episodes. Go check them out. We have some good filler, conversations and content put out there. But brother, all is well. That ends well. And, you know, we're ending the month on a strong note. Great first month of the new year, 2026. Crazy to say out loud. And you and I are in the same place. You're in the same home. I'll be moving homes here. And the UFC has a new home on Paramount PLUS. Excited for the new endeavor that we have. Excited to say no more. I feel you, Tatsuro. Very excited for no more pay-per-views. And I think just my one big takeaway, aside from the content we've seen, the marketing they're doing, a lot of cool new things with the bell and the guys facing off. Like, I'm really excited to see the new production value that's going to be had. And I think y'all need to set a reminder, set your new clocks. I'm not talking about daylight savings. I'm talking about a new start time for the UFC. They have moved it an hour earlier. I repeat, they will be starting all fights an hour early. I know you East Coasters and our boys across the pond are going to love that they now don't have to stay up in the middle of the night to watch these fights. So 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern, main card will be active. Man, a lot of changes, but same old faces, same fighters, same passion for the sport, man. I'm ready to get down and dirty with you, brother. Can't wait.
I did like seeing the Paramount logo in the background. Like, I'm a longtime Challenge fan from MTV, which was later ported to Paramount Plus. And I've had a subscription for a while. I will tell you, I don't know why I hadn't done the annual subscription until I saw that it was only $60. But glad I locked that in before the price already went up. UFC going to a new streaming service is just always going to mean one thing, if nothing else: price increases. The other thing that we hope for is production value increases, right? I, for one, will tell you, outside of the fights themselves, right? I'm itching for a fight, dying for a fight. But outside of the actual fights themselves, like, what I'm most looking forward to is the new promotional packages, right? Like we all saw this when we came to Fox, when we then went to ESPN. The first year, maybe 2 years, is a real sweet spot for us fans because we get so many cool upgrades in the promo packages, the tail of the tape, just the overall aesthetic, right? I genuinely hope that the UFC is not, I don't know how to word this. I hope they're not so grown up that they're unwilling to empty the cup to fill it with something a little bit different, a little bit fresh, right? So that's what I'm really excited about. Let's jump to the chat before we jump into the card. Rob Rex, let's fucking go. Fire ass card. Can't wait. Been waiting on this to get the boys' breakdowns. This one is going to be hard to call. Yeah, it is. It is going to be hard to call, my guy. There's a lot of really razor-thin fights on this and a lot of really good fights on this. Lethal Suga, first card back. I locked in 2 units on Suga money line. I think nothing less Suga. Plus Paddy money line at plus 104. Let's make some chatter, baby. Let's go.
Love to see it.
All day, kid. All day. We got the like button .o in here. Howdy right back at you, my guy. Better hit that like button before the like button hits you. Don't do it.
Well said,
Don't do
well
it.
said.
Just so you guys know.
it.
Apparently this guy's hands are rated E for everyone. So are most of the fights going to be on Paramount? Yes, they are. I believe they are confirmed for 42 or 46 fight cards this year. So they have that kind of quota already set in place. UFC has to fulfill on that. I think the only time we'll be paying for a pay-per-view or anything outside of the Paramount kind of venue is going to be the White House card. I genuinely think that they're going to put a pretty price tag on that and try and make that additional pay-per-view revenue in that way. And then whoever's fighting on that, I would assume, will be able to negotiate pay-per-view points, at least on the main card stake.
Yeah, you mentioned 45, 46 cards. If that's the quota, it's a weekly fight card, endeavor here. There's 52 weeks in the year. We're already down 2 or 3, so you do the math. It's going to be Paramount is home base for us like button. So go ahead and make sure you like the Paramount, partnership and go ahead and get into that streaming service, if you will, because that is worth the ticket admission. And Landman, don't get it twisted. Paramount Plus got a lot of great shows. We were talking about it offline here, the challenge, or like you just mentioned.
My dad was trying to put me on Landman, actually. I've been thinking about picking that up. Are you watching that one?
I'm watching it. My parents got me hooked as well. It was a good show.
Oh, I love it.
Billy Bob Thornton. I mean, come on.
He doesn't miss, bro.
He doesn't miss. He's a great actor.
Doesn't miss.
And it's a great show. So highly recommend on your downtime. Maybe post or pre-fights. Get a little Landman action in there as well.
Love it. Humble Paramount Plus brag. I love that, man. All right, we're gonna run the show the same way we have the last handful of cards. If you've been tapped in the last handful of months, you know how we've been doing this. We're doing it from the top to the bottom versus how most shows do it bottom to top. So we're gonna start off with the main event of the evening, folks.
It's time!
That's right, Bruce. It is time for us to talk about Justin Gaethje versus Paddy the Baddy Pimblett. My gosh, my goodness, my gracious me. I am excited about this fight. I think it's going to be a very fun one. I will wholeheartedly tell you, right? I was not on the Paddy train when he first signed up for the UFC. I was one of the guys that was betting against him pretty consistently, right? And pretty organically, right? No, I didn't need any input or output. I was just like, nah, Paddy's going to get faded every time he fights. I think the first time I was truly impressed by him was when he fought Jordan Levitt. The way that he was able to pin not only the body in that body triangle, but also the arm, so that he had only one arm to leverage in fighting the hands and fighting back against the submission was just absolutely next level stuff, brother. It was truly one of the better submission exchanges I think I've ever seen in the UFC, or at least one of the smarter, more technical. So I think everything Paddy said this week at the pressers is exactly true. Everybody thinks that he's, not going to do so well on the ground against them, or that he's not going to do so well on the feet against them until they're in that cage with him. And they realize, as Justin Gaethje said, he's no Khabib Nurmagomedov, right? He agreed. He's not. But neither is Justin. Nobody is, except for Khabib Nurmagomedov. That's why he is who he is. That's why he's one of the fucking GOATs in a lot of people's eyes. So I just think Paddy's going to bring too many skills to the table. But jumping aside, right, looking at somebody like a Justin Gaethje, he has fought the Dustin Poiriers of the world twice. He has fought the Max Holloways of the world and was winning, or was doing well in that fight, I should say. He was not winning the fight. Let's make no mistake. But Justin Gaethje does bring a lot of skills to the table, but for the most part, they're very singular. If you get what my drift. He is very good with the head movement. He moves his head off the line quite well. That's that Trevor Whitman style boxing, who, was a boxer until he got injured, had to pull out himself, became a coach, one of the better coaches as far as striking goes. And also great shout out to his coach, right? Like Trevor Whitman sews and creates all of his own materials that these guys are training in and using from heavy bags all the way down to gloves. So the guy is a legend to the sport, but I just genuinely think that if Justin Gaethje is to win this fight, it's not going to be because he's the better fighter, in my opinion. It's going to be because Paddy makes a mistake or gets too excited. Paddy is very young. I think that's the only negative or downside that this man brings into this fight against the Justin Gaethje, is the fact that he does have a tendency to get very excited in there. And that's something that comes with age and that veteranship. Justin is the last of a dying breed, right? Like, he has the same level of grit and excitement in the first 5 seconds as he does in the last 10. And that is not a normal trait that you see very often. So he does have paths to victory. I just think they're fairly limited. I see this fight not going the distance at all. I see it going 3 rounds maximum. And I do see Paddy, the Paddy Pimblett, getting his hand raised at the end of it. He's probably going to get a sub, bro. You know what I'm saying? Feeling it. I don't know what your thoughts are, but before you jump into them, the like button said, my husband got me watching that. Landman ain't so bad. I'll give you guys that. Let's go. Love it. I'm going to have to check it out.
Shout out the hubby on that one. Yep. Yeah, man. And even Lethal Suga, before I dive into my breakdown of this main event and interim title for the lightweight division, Lethal Suga dropping some dimes here as well. Got to hear what you guys thought of the weigh-ins. I think coming into this, I'll even take an even further step back. My hypometer was sitting pretty in the 9-somethings, and now I had to bring it down a little bit to an 8.5 for a few reasons. One, the Kayla Harrison versus Amanda Nunes fell off. That was the one I was really excited about. Having 2 championship fights on a card would have definitely made it over a 9 out of 10 for me, but it did drop because that fight's no longer on there. Alexa Grasso fell out, so Thug Rose had to change her opponents here. Shout out Natalia Silva for jumping up on short notice.
I think this is a better matchup.
It's a funner
matchup. I think Natalia Silva was getting slighted, bro. I think she deserves this matchup more than Alexa Grasso, if I'm calling a spade a spade.
Yeah. I mean, at this stage in Natalia's career and Thug Rose, they're on opposite ends. I mean, Thug Rose has really grown up in the UFC, in that octagon, and she has all the skills, and stylistically, we're going to see some great striking from both those gals. But I think some of the changes, and then even the most recent cancellation, and it is evolving the weigh-in, is Ricky Tercios and Cameron Smotherman. Cameron Smotherman, if y'all didn't see it yet, if you haven't checked your social medias, all good. You probably will by the time you see this. Cameron Smotherman did not make it off the stage, ladies and gentlemen. Cameron Smotherman weighed in, and he quite literally collapsed right after stepping off the stage, hit his chin on the stage. Just an absolutely horrible look. And I mean, and it's just as far as like it's scary. It's scary. Like, that is the last thing you want to see. But it wouldn't be the UFC without some controversy. So that certainly adds to things. But man, scary sight. At the end of the day, these guys put their bodies and lives on the line. We just want to see them get out there scot-free, health-wise, and that's a scary one. So thoughts and prayers go out to Cameron Smotherman. Hopefully he can bounce back. Maybe you got to change your divisions. Maybe something went wrong with the weight cut, but that's not a good look to quite literally maybe knock yourself out as you're getting off the stage there and fainting on such a big stage like that. That was really tough to watch. I've never seen that before. And if you watch the pre-fight show on YouTube with Laura Sanko and DC and Weidman and the boys, they all were very shocked. And that was the first time a lot of them have seen something such as that. So very brutal and unfortunate for Cameron Smotherman and Ricky Tercios as well. There's 2 sides to every fight. Ricky put in a lot of work, full camp, at least 8 to 12 weeks there, and is not going to be able to showcase his skills. So that is a bummer. But still about an 8.5 for me. The main card is stacked. A lot of big names on the undercard here, so I can't wait to break it down with you. But we are starting at the top, like you mentioned. Now I'll start my breakdown. Now I'll dive in to why I think and new. Go ahead, brother.
Oh, no. And new. Let's hear it.
Yeah.
Who do you think?
It is interim.
I was just going to give my 2 cents on the weigh-in stuff. I don't want to derail you.
Go for it. No, go for it. It's going to be a landslide here.
So, but before I give any 2 cents on the weigh-in stuff, I do have to say, folks, sorry about that. I don't know what happened with my internet there. So, folks, real quick, before I play the clip, we obviously don't own the rights to this, but I do want to show you guys what we're talking about here about the weigh-ins. Cameron Smotherman, very scary sight, and Michael Bisping on his weigh-in show with some of the worst timing you've ever seen. Again, we do not own this clip.
I never have any sympathy for these guys. You got one job, show up on weight, in shape. That's it.
It's part of the contract, isn't it? You've signed on the dotted line. You've got to go and get the job.
You're a professional fighter. It's not hard, is it? You have months.
Let's get a medical team in.
We're going to need a medical team relatively quickly on that.
The thing, he's fainted.
He's blacked out, yeah.
Oh, man.
It's not hard, is it?
I have no sympathy for these guys. Oh, shit. I mean, the positioning of that camera, I haven't seen that. That's my first time seeing that video, and wow. I mean,
that's tough.
The thing that resonates, and I think it resonated through that whole building, was the actual sound of his face hitting that stage. My goodness.
Like, he was concussed, bro. Like, there's no way that man did not get concussed. He had a fight against the floor, and he lost in a one-sided showing. I had a side discussion in my group chat with the Fight Week show and the Rambling Dad and those guys. And McDane from the Rambling Dad, shout out, he stated it best. He said that man knew that he was compromised and that he probably shouldn't be there. And he rushed to get out of that situation as fast as he could. He jumped off that scale and tried to make his way off the stage because he knew he was probably going to collapse. And that is the worst thing you can possibly do in that situation. As somebody who has done a test weight cut whenever I was training, as somebody who enjoys shadow boxing in the sauna for anywhere from fucking 15 to 30 minutes at a time, I have had one moment where I blacked out coming out of the sauna. I was extremely dehydrated. I tried to move to the sink too fast. I ended up fucking getting very lightheaded, and then I woke up with 3 dudes around me after hitting the back of my head on the fucking floor. Like, it is a very scary and dangerous situation. These guys are putting themselves and their bodies through the ringers. Some of these guys are cutting 25 to 30 pounds in a matter of 6 to 7 days just to make that weight. And then they're doing it to have that weight advantage of rehydrating up to 25 pounds overnight. We've seen it happen, right? We've seen it happen with the Alex Pinedas of the world. Even Dustin Poirier, when he was at 145, he's guilty of it. And he would say that he wasn't able to train the entire last 1 to 3 weeks of his fight camp when he was fighting at 145 because he was measuring and counting every little thing that he was eating just to make that weight. So I'm glad that everybody's okay. It seems like Cameron Smotherman was able to move. He was not able to walk down the stairs after that video cut back to the live weigh-in show. There is an uncut feed where you can see what played out after that. I would advise, if you're a huge fan and you're dying to know, go check it out. It's available on Twitter, I'm sure. But he had to have the help of his 2 coaches and a UFC staff member to get down the stairs. So I'm happy that they called off that fight about an hour later. It's definitely safer for both guys that they're not fighting.
And we lost them. But yeah, not safe for both those guys to be fighting. It's a bad look. It's a really, really bad look. Oh, there he is.
It's this fucking mouse button, bro. I swear to God, I'm gonna just have to fucking get a different.
I picked it right where you left off. All good, but let the people know. Finish your thoughts.
But it's just like, I'd be hard pressed to say that I'm not excited, or I wasn't excited for that matter to see this fight. Like, this was gonna be one of the bangers on the card. We are worse off for not having or being able to see this fight. But I wish for a speedy recovery to Cameron Smotherman. He is an absolute beast. Ricky Tercios, and I'm saying, you know what I mean? He's always fun. Is he the most technical fighter that you'll ever see in the octagon? No. But he's always going to put on an exciting fight. I genuinely think that if that man has any allergies, he is allergic to putting on a boring performance. I just don't think it's possible. Now, Nato, tell us more about this and new in the lightweight division.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think this main event is also allergic to non-boring fights, right? And both the fighters are coming in with a good tale, a good storyline. Paddy Pimblett, and again, this is all happening for an interim title because Ilia Topuria had to vacate his title due to family reasons, going through child custody battles, things like that. Not to air dirty laundry, this is all public information, but hopefully we see him back sooner rather than later. And I think the UFC certainly wants your verdict to come true, along with Lethal Suga as well, claiming Paddy by some submission seems very likely. It can happen, and if it does, I envision it later in the rounds. Someone like a Paddy Pimblett, man, I mean, 23-3 record overall, 31 years old. Real quick here, the like button, hopping back in. I'm just glad everything I do is recreational as far as boxing. I can't imagine having to deal with that kind of physical stress. And I'm glad you mentioned that like button because we talk about the physicality of the sport and looking the part, but there's the physical and mental stress that goes behind this as well. Those are things we don't talk about. Mental health's not necessarily prominent in the UFC, though I'm glad it is more within just culture and having people being, it's okay to not be okay. More of my point there. But again, absolute bummer. And this is the biggest stress you can do to your body and to your mentals here. So hopefully all things go well. And with a Paddy Pimblett, that brother he never seems stressed. I mean, this guy puts his body through the ringer. He balloons up like a balloon on the off season. But then he comes and
my foot was a fucking balloon.
That'd be a good soundbite to have. But listen, man, Paddy's in his prime. This is his opportunity to go get that gold belt wrapped around his waist. He is a perfect 7-0 in the UFC. That's the longest streak in the lightweight division at this time. And he's going up against somebody that is not allergic to violence. In fact, he encourages it. I think that is his superpower in Justin Gaethje and the experience we get from him. He is a former interim champion, so this would be the second time that he'd have it wrapped around his waist. 14 fights in the UFC, 14 performance bonuses. So Justin Gaethje will not snooze. He will come out and deliver. And he's angry, my brother. He did not take kindly to the words that Paddy Pimblett said about our boy, Dustin Diamond Poirier, and the quote-unquote legends. The reality is, I mean, Gaethje can never fight again, and his legacy is cemented. He is one of the most violent fighters we've ever seen. Besides Edson Barbosa, I think he may go down as the hardest leg kick artist on the roster ever. That's the one guy I would never want to kick my leg. And he's a great golfer as well, so shout out the golf game. But, man, I am going with the old gun on this one. I am going to take Justin Gaethje at plus odds to go out there and get a decisive win over Paddy Pimblett. Is it far-fetched? Potentially. But the way I see it, I haven't seen Paddy Pimblett in there with a Justin Gaethje. Yeah, he beat Michael Chandler, but so did Justin. Yeah, Paddy talks the game, but you got to walk the walk as well. And I think when I'm picturing the fight go down, Justin's going to attack those legs. He's going to limit Paddy's movement, which is what he relies on a lot. He is an awkward fighter. He is very unorthodox, but that's something that I think Justin is going to be prepared for. So the question that needs to be answered from my perspective is, can Paddy handle the leg kick damage? Can he fight through adversity? Can he switch up his game plan? And can he weather the storm? Because that's exactly what Justin's going to do for 25 minutes. We haven't seen Paddy in this kind of format, and I'm talking about a 25-minute fight. I could be wrong. Might be putting my foot in my mouth. But shout out Northwest 425 for agreeing with me here. Salute to you as well. He has Gaethje by KO in round 2. And no matter by decision. That's a good parlay right there. May follow you on that one because I'm a big fan of Gaethje. I got to meet him. Cool cat. Maybe that impacts my decision here. But I think for me, the big thing is I need to see it before I believe it. I need to see Paddy go out there and go through some adversity. Okay, and that's exactly what Justin's going to do. Can he withstand the storm is my question. If he does, hey, I'll tip the cap. I'll buy the wig, and I'll sing the song because that is what's deserving here. This is for a title. This is for all the marbles. I just think Justin Gaethje's, man, he's gosh darn good. And if we're getting him at plus odds, I'm going to go ahead and die on that sword. So I love Gaethje. I'm going with them. The legacy, the legend continues. Legends never die, right? That's the saying. He's going to have to get killed for Paddy to go out there and get him. And if that's going to happen, it's going to be later in the fight. But again, I mean, someone like a Max Holloway, most recently, I think if you look at that fight and you point to, oh, well, Justin doesn't have it anymore. It took Max Holloway 24 minutes and 55 seconds to get Justin out of there. I don't know if Paddy Pimblett has that kind of power. I don't know if he has that kind of durability. Can he take him to the ground and submit him? Potentially. But I do see that happening maybe later in the fight, maybe after an accumulation of damage from both fighters. But again, I'm going to have to wait until I see it before I believe it. So I think for the second time, interim champion is going to be Justin Gaethje, potentially against an Ilia Topuria, hopefully sooner rather than later to unify that belt. If not, then our monster again is waiting in the ring. in the wings, on the sidelines, ready for that call as well. So that's where I'm going. And it looks like Pips piano as well, just in time. Shout out Pips. What to do, baby? Justin KO's Paddy via uppercut. Nastiest uppercut in the game as well. Probably his second best punch right there. So I'm liking it, man. This is a hell of a bout. So
I have to jump into this comment from Lazy Bet because this is just incredible stuff. Justin's two weaknesses are a guy with a good RNC and a night at Dave & Buster's. I think Paddy takes it. That being said, Pimblett's UFC opponents have a worse win ratio than Adam Fugitt's. True stat, by the way. That is insane, bro.
Great stat, Lazy Bed. Not lazy with the statistics. Shout out. Go check him out, y'all.
That is insane, bro. Just nuts.
Yeah.
Just
I mean, again, I got to see it to believe it. And this is Paddy's opportunity. 31 years old. He's approaching his prime. Justin's 37 now, but we've seen champions that are 35 or older, even 40. So I don't think it's too far-fetched to say Justin just has that dog in him. And again, the leg kicks, the damage, the heavy-handed Justin Gaethje is going to cause a lot of problems, and it's going to be a long night for both these fighters. Definitely going to be a fight of the night, a contender. I can tell you that right now. Take it to the bank. Let's go.
I love it, man. And as you said, right, like you can get Justin Gaethje at plus 190, and if he wins, this is not going to happen again very soon, if at all. So plus 190 on Justin Gaethje is a solid line. Or are you thinking a half unit, a unit? What are you thinking?
Ooh, I'll probably stick to the half on this one. You really got me there. Man, maybe that goes to show how confident or lack thereof that I am in this one. But it is a true toss-up. I think it's closer than if it were.
We're going to hedge it either way. You're going to do a half unit on Gaethje at money line plus 190, right? So a half unit on Gaethje will get you, let's see here. We'll get you 1.45 units back. And then a half unit on Paddy will get you 1.15 back. So no matter what, as long as Paddy gets a sub or Justin Gaethje gets the dub, then we end up walking away with, at the very least, a little sliver of a win under our belt. So we'll take it. We'll go ahead and leverage a half unit on both of those guys. You're taking money line. I'm taking the sub prop. And I'm happy with it, man. I think it's a solid line for both of us. Like you said, like Justin is gritty. We haven't seen Paddy get tested like that. And what's crazy is like how long we've watched Justin Gaethje in the UFC versus how long we've seen Paddy in the UFC. They don't have that many fights separating them, right? It's 23-3 versus 26-5. One man has 3 more wins and 2 more losses. That's not a ton of fights, bro.
No.
And it feels like Paddy is a child in comparison.
Yeah.
And he is, right? It's like a 5-year difference, bro.
Absolutely. Yeah. 5-6 year difference. Again, Paddy's approaching his prime. He still has a lot of fight ahead of him. So this isn't me saying he's never going to be a champion. There's a good chance he will be crowned at one point, but not today, not this week, not against my guy, Justin Gaethje. Let's go.
And thanks to Lazy Bet. Shout out with the stats, bro. Fugitt's UFC opponent win percentage is 67%. Pimblett's 58%. Had to double check that number. I appreciate you doing the legwork there because that is a wild stat. Speaking of wild stats, we have another wild fight to talk about. We have Suga Sean O'Malley coming in against Song Yadong. My fucking goodness, Nano. I genuinely have gone back and forth on this fight so many times. It is tough stuff when it comes to picking this one. So I'm going to let you take the lead here, Nano. I know you're a big Suga fan. What are you thinking, man? You going Arizona or you going Cali?
You are correct. I am a Suga fan, and I believe everything that man says to a T. Biblically, I do think that the Suga show is back. I think Song Yadong is a great partner for Suga when it comes to their styles. The Karate Kid wants to go out there and inflict his will. He's going to be trying to move forward. Suga's one of the best counter punchers. He's going to have a speed advantage. And Suga's been in these types of environments before. So he's no stranger to taking damage, to weathering the storm. We saw with the Peter Yan. So even if Song Yadong maybe finds some success early, I think when it's all said and done, Suga Sean's going to begin his hand raised. Love his style. Love the pedigree. Love everything about him when it comes to the caricature. When it comes to the new level of focus as well. I think that's a big thing. He's really dialed back the social media stuff, the podcasting, the full send Nelk boy, bantering and partnerships and videos and content. He is out at Peoria, Arizona. So shout out my AZ crew, though I'm moving back to Cali soon. and it kills me to go against one of the Sacramento-based fighters here, though he is hailing from China, in Song Yadong. So shout out Team Alpha Male as well. 2 great fight camps, 2 great fighters. Going to be a great co-main event, but I'm leaning Suga on this one, and I'm riding that train until the wheels fall off. So that's where I'm at. The like button's with me. I'm going to go ahead and throw the thumbs up there too, double up. It's going to be a great one, man. And Pip said Suga's going to style. He's going to style, man. He's going to get some style points. He's going to have his swagger back. And if you are what you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear. The cameras will be there Saturday night. Let's go. What do you think, brother? Am I crazy? Are we starting on opposite ends for the main and co-main event? Tell the people how you feel.
I don't think you're crazy. The worst thing about this whole situation is that I think everything you said is true. But I'm picking against you.
Oh, no. Okay, a little Sugar and Skip over here.
Let me sing you the song of Yadong. Look, this guy is a beast. And I genuinely think that though he has, more than or almost 3 times the number of losses as Sean O'Malley, I like to say there's no such thing as losing in this sport. You win and you learn. He's had a lot of time to learn, and he's had even more time to win. He's 22-8 over the 18-3 Sean O'Malley. He is the younger man. He's done more in the sport, both as far as wins, losses, and draws or no contests. And the only real thing that I think he's coming in at a disadvantage in here is his reach and his overall height, right? Sean is abnormally large for this weight class, and I just think that Song is going to be too strong. I don't think he's going to knock out Sean O'Malley. I think if the fight goes the distance, it'll be Song Yadong that wins and gets his hand raised. I think if the fight is finished, it'll be Sean O'Malley that gets his hand raised. He'll catch him with something coming in. I could see Song Yadong getting overconfident, coming in, landing like a quick 2-piece, and then shuffling forward and eating something for his money that just fucking rocks his shit and drops him, bro. Makes him do the little kid pee-pee dance where the knees go inward and start fucking wiggling. In the same vein, though, he has to make that mistake. And I just think that he's become so refined over the years working out of Team Alpha Male. Uriah Faber might not have it anymore, but as a coach, he's got it in spades, bro. He's lived this life for years, and he can teach it. He has the ability to teach it. He's a wealth of knowledge for these young kids coming up, and I genuinely think that if you fight at or under the 145-pound division, Team Alpha Male is a fantastic pick to train at in America. They're doing great things out there in Sacramento, and I just think that this guy's next. I think he's going to end up negating a lot of the special things that Sean brings to the table. It might not be as exciting of a fight as we think it's going to be as a result, but I'm here for it. I think Song Yadong is a really smart kid, and I'm taking him to get his hand raised. The like button says, LOL, I'm sticking with Sean, even if I end up sad about it. And see, that's the thing. Like, I like Sean. If he wins, I'll lose money, but I'll fucking feel good for the guy, Like, I do like him. But I'd be remiss if I told you I wasn't going to put a half unit on Song Yadong. Put a half unit on him to get 1.35 back. I'm going to start building the book with that, I think. And let's fucking get it, brother. Let's get it. I'm trying to stack these pennies.
Plus 170 for Song Yadong right now. So that is a juicy underdog to take. And, I know you're doing the competition. Wouldn't be surprised if that's one of the picks. It's a really, really
That's
good
one
underdog.
of my dog picks. Yeah. I literally just locked that in on another tab.
Yep. Love it. That's a good one.
Yeah, I think like there's not a lot, and we don't have a 3-dog pick minimum this year, so it's just every dog you pick is 2 points, every fight you get right is 1 point. But I still ended up picking 2 dogs. I went with Song Yadong and I went with Arnold Allen. I'll go over the reasons for Arnold Allen later, but again, I just think Song Yadong is super sharp. He's a world class mind. And Nano, let me just jump back to you. When it comes to Sean O'Malley getting his hand raised, do you think it happens via knockout or submission, decision?
I think I agree with your take on it. I think if Suga's going to win, more likely than not, it's going to be by KO or TKO. Can he go the distance? It is only a 3-round fight. I believe he can get his hand raised in that capacity, but I would favor the KO or TKO. That's just his style. That's what he's looking for. He's going to find a counter punch, and those are the ones that typically do most damage when you least expect it. Like you mentioned, maybe Song starts building some momentum or gets a good combination going in that first round. Maybe gets Suga backed up against the wall, but Suga's a squirrely one. And the reality is, with that length as well, doesn't take much to get caught on the end of one of his punches or in the inside in the clinch. The knees are nasty. He's very opportunistic. So I think it's either going to be Suga Sean KO or Song by unanimous decision. I do agree with that verdict.
I'd be happy with you hedging something on that against me. Like, if you're feeling confident in the knockout, it's plus 350 right now for Sean O'Malley. So those are juicy odds. Like if you do a fifth of a unit on it, you get 0.9 back. If you do a half unit on it, you get 2.25 back.
We're doing half a unit on my boy Suga.
Yeah.
The Suga show is back. I am watching. I am tuning into that show, my brother. So I will absolutely follow you into that one. Let's go.
I think that's a solid one. That'll pad us no matter what. Again, it's a situation where if Song moneyline hits, we're still up like a decent amount, not a whole unit, but just under half. And then if your guy hits, then we're essentially up over a unit, even after the losses of the cost of bets. So yeah, I'm with it, man. Let's see here. TJ Serenity now.
DJ.
Anyone going to tune in to Dana White's evil boxing takeover? Absolutely, bro. Callum Walsh on this card? Is he going to be on every card?
I mean, yeah, that's one of the better young stars in the boxing.
Cash cow.
Cash cow. He's worth ticket of admission. And the reality is, DJ, I'm a sucker. I'm a lifelong boxing fan. That was my discipline of choice. That was my father's discipline of choice. Grew up watching all the pay-per-views. Oh, yeah. So definitely going to watch it, good, bad, or ugly. I mean, I'm watching all boxing stuff, whether it's the Jake Paul showings or the influencer boxing. I'm a sicko. I'm going to be tuned in regardless. So the fact that Dana White's getting his hands on it with Zuffa, with the Saudi Arabia guy, yeah, I think it's going to be much better production, a much better show. And Dana White was on, speaking of shows, the Pat McAfee show, and Dana White mentioned he's going to make sure a lot of O's are going to go this year. So he's going to actually do some good matchmaking. It would behoove us for the show purposes, but even just as a fan, I'm tuned into all those, and I will have my butt in my seat watching those cards, any and all. Curious to hear your thoughts, DJ, and anyone else. Are y'all tuned in? Are we just the only sickos here that just like any kind of violence? Let us know how you're feeling. But I do believe whatever Dana touches, it gets better.
He somewhat has that Midas touch type ability right now, and I'll definitely be tuning in to his takeover of boxing. I think we've all been excited about Zuffa boxing for years. Like hell, back when we first met each other when I was working for Yelp, I called Roy Jones Jr.'s gym and talked to his manager, and they were actually in negotiations to be the people to take over and run Zuffa boxing for Dana White at that time. Obviously, those negotiations fell through, but I mean, I was excited about Zuffa boxing then, and I'm still excited about it now. That was like 6 years ago, or almost 8. Goddamn. So yeah, I mean, like I'm a huge boxing fan, like you said. Like I grew up watching it with my dad. That was my dad's thing. He was Golden Gloves. My grandpa also loved boxing. He hated that I loved Prince Naseem Hamed. But fuck, that guy was good. You know, my top three, like Prince Naseem Hamed, Roy Jones Jr., and Sugar Ray Robinson. Like those are the guys, bro. And if you don't know who Sugar Ray Robinson is, bro, like that's your favorite fighter's favorite boxer. I promise you. So look him up. If you don't know, read a fucking book. And let's see what other people are saying here. Lazy Bed. O'Malley walking the razor's edge. Win, and you're almost assuredly next in line for the title shot with the Jan rematch. Lose, and you've dropped 3 in a row, and the title falls far from your grasp. 100%. 100%. Buckled in for this stormy weekend. My guys, stay safe out there. I know the weather's been crazy around the world. But hey, glad we got some stuff to watch this weekend, yeah? I was going to go somewhere for the fights, Lazy, but I'm reconsidering that. Yeah, maybe stay in. Stay safe, and drink some whiskey or something at home, my guy. I'll never say that that's not the move. Just so long as it doesn't hit us like it hit Russia. You're not wrong there. Man, they're going through it. Fudge that. Nestle in with some Nestle brand hot chocolate. Yes, sir. Put the whiskey in the hot chocolate. There you go.
Ooh.
Sounds like the move. What up, gangsters? What's up, Grimy? My guy, long time no see.
What up, man?
Devil's Avocado. True or false? If O'Malley loses emphatically, does he retire like he claimed he would? He has plenty of money and other avenues to make more. I think yes and no. I think he would retire if he loses poorly, like emphatically. But I think he would pull the move of the guy that's the bane of his existence. I think he'd pull a fucking Henry Cejudo and be back in like 2 years because the well would run dry. Like, how did he get all those other avenues for money? It's not because he's a marketing genius. He's a marketing genius because he was knocking people out. Like, make no mistake about it. People aren't watching you if you're not winning. If you're winning, people watch you do stupid shit all the time.
Yeah, I think and with Suga, he has entered that superstar stratosphere. We call it the Suga Show for a reason. There's going to be people that are sickos, that are fans, that are going to follow him wherever he goes, whether it is in boxing, whether it is just another money fight. I mean, there's still so many other competitors out there. I mean, Corey Sandhagen, I think, is one we've all been foaming at the mouth to see. Suga, if the title's not, in the near horizon, I think Suga is going to be the A side of any fight that he's on, and he understands that. So I think you milk out what you can from this time. You're only young once. You're only in this prime for so long. I think Suga stays around for a little bit, and if he isn't itching towards the title, I think he's okay with it. I think he's totally fine just getting some money fights, giving the people what we want, and then potentially going over to the boxing arena as well. So he does have a lot for him, but I do think I don't see him retiring just yet. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. This is actually a great comment from DJ Serenity now. Lazy, I'm mostly interested because I think it might be a glimpse into the production we'll see with Paramount. That's a fact, bro. That's a reason alone to tune into the boxing event today. It's tonight, yeah? I think it's tonight. That's true, DJ, and it'll be our first look at the new world-famous UFC Metapacks. Let's go! You know they're going to start selling tickets to the Metapacks?
Really?
Yeah, between like $300 and $1,000 a seat. But it's tiny, so like you're sitting right fucking there.
Sick. No bad seat.
So
Oh, yeah.
I'm thinking we might end up doing that this year instead of International Fight Week, aka Trump's birthday.
Ooh, true. Yeah, I like
We're not going to go to the Trump birthday. We'll go to the Apex instead. Go get the intimate setting with the fighters we love watching.
Absolutely. I'm on board.
Oh, the Paramount app already better than ESPN? My guy. I'm so happy you're on it on Paramount now. It's always been such a better app. Like, it's just so far superior to ESPN. Whether it's for trash reality TV show like I like to watch from time to time or watching sports. It's fantastic. So yeah, with that, let's move into this heavyweight affair. I don't think we're going to spend a whole lot of time talking about this, but at the same time, who knows? We haven't picked a single fight together so far, so I might be fucking wrong. Heavyweight bout between Waldo Cortes-Acosta, a.k.a. the Salsa Boy. You know what I'm saying? Coming in against Derrick, the Black Beast Lewis. You know him. You love him. His balls was hot. He ground and pounded his wife just recently. That was his most recent victory. I heard it was a first-round finish. Now, all jokes aside, I think this is going to be a blaringly fast fight. I think it's going to happen extremely quickly. I think Waldo's going to blitz him. I think he's not going to stop. Derrick Lewis is a beast. He is a black beast, to be specific. But he's a 40-year-old beast. And, the ticker, it doesn't get quicker. It gets slower. And Waldo Cortes-Acosta is a former baseball player that found his way in MMA. He doesn't fight like an MMA fighter. He throws fastball pitches down the fucking pipe. And he's not trying to fight you. He's trying to strike you the fuck out. I think that's what he's going to do to Derrick Lewis. He's going to hit him with a straight right hand down the pipe. And Derrick is going to fall flat on his ass, unfortunately. This will be the end of the Derrick Lewis era. He will not be fighting on the white card after he gets knocked out in the first round on Saturday evening. Nano, am I sipping crazy pills here or sipping crazy Kool-Aid? What's happening?
So I'm right there with you, sipping that same Kool-Aid, my brother. I am a huge fan of Waldo Cortes-Acosta. He was a potential runner-up for MMAnomaly of the year. He is trending in the right direction, 16-2, 34 years young. Fight out of the Dominican Republic, but he's also based out of Phoenix, Arizona. So a lot of ties for me personally. This is his 6th fight in a calendar year, man. I mean, this guy is doing things that we have just not seen. And when you watch him, when you play things back, dude's a great athlete. He's explosive. And in this heavyweight division, like you mentioned, all it takes is one to really change up the entire atmosphere of that fight. And that's what's most likely going to happen. Derrick Lewis is going to come out swinging. I think Waldo Cortes will be on his back foot, will be evading the initial onslaught that Derrick Lewis, aka Hot Balls, is going to want to go out there and put on him. But I do think he avoids the landmines. Call him the landman here, just to add a little Paramount Plus tie-in. Because I do think Derrick Lewis is very motivated, but he's 40 years old. He's got a lot of tread on those tires. 29-12 record, just about as likely to lose as he is win. And he's a little bit of a checkered history. In the past 6 fights, he's 3-2. Well, excuse me, last 5 fights, 3-2. So I don't think this is a good one for Derrick Lewis. And just to tie in the press conference, Derrick Lewis telling Waldo to cállate and chinga tu madre. I mean, you don't want to bring up a man's mama in a press fight conference. I think that just probably ticked Waldo off a little bit. And I just think Waldo's too good right now. He's swinging a hot bat. He's got a lot of octagon experience, recent, all of that. It's going to be a landslide here from the landman, Waldo Cortes-Acosta, aka Salsa Boy, getting his hand raised. I do think it's going to be a first-round finish. So don't turn away from this one. Keep your butt on the seat. Get your beverage. Hold your bladder. Take Waldo Cortes. Minus 340 is not that juicy. I'm going to see maybe if there's like a finish or first-round KO. Even just by KO.
Even if you take him by knockout, it's minus 115. Not that much juice on the lines.
Yeah, if you're going to do it, I guess that would be the move. But going to be a fun one. Going to be a fun one.
Oh, John Morgan, blue shirt guy, just posted on the Elon app. Elon app, I love that. From inside the Metapex. Doors opening for Zuffa boxing now. Not going to lie, it looks good. I said the X word. Oh, no.
X going to give it to you.
Sometimes it's all about spelling, lazy. You know? The Elon app. That's actually funny as fuck. Apparently, he tried to post that earlier, and YouTube filtered his comment.
Really?
Because he mentioned X, yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's so weird. It's a no filter show. Don't filter our guys. Come on, guys.
Yeah, we don't allow
It's only
it.
called no filter here. What are you doing? That's fucking sick. So we're not betting on this fight. We're gonna stay the fuck away from it. Like it is a live hand grenade. What's the under on this? It's probably terrible. It's not great. Oh God, it's terrible. Under 1.5. Oh no, that's not bad. Plus 120.
Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Definitely a safer bet.
Half unit on that.
Yep.
Because I do think that whoever gets it is going to probably try and get it early.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I
This
like
is
that.
not going to the second round, I don't think.
I don't think so. So let's go ahead and move into the smaller weight classes here. Let's talk about these little ladies in the flyweight division. Talking about a Natalia Silva and Thug Rose Namajunas. Man, this is a very interesting fight from a stylistic standpoint as well as a veteranship standpoint. We have Thug Rose Namajunas on one side, who again we've watched literally grow up in the sport from the days of Tough that she was on. And she's got Natalia Silva standing across from her, who I feel like we've only recently seen burst onto the scene about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. And I mean, brother, Natalia Silva has 4 more wins than Thug Rose and 2 less losses. And it's also worth mentioning that she's 5 years younger. She's 5 years younger. She's been in the sport less time. She's done more. I just can't help but feel like this is a bad matchup for a Thug Rose Namajunas who's coming towards the back end of her career, coming in against somebody who is realistically just now starting to, I mean, I hate to say it, but just starting to get good, you know? So I'm worried. I'm worried for Thug Rose. I also feel like it's been 48 minutes of show so far, and we have not had a drink with our watchers, so I'm going to pour up a shot here.
Getting thirsty.
Getting thirsty. Need to quench this thirst. Ooh, what is this? What is this? A little grimy parlay? I say. Do we want to tell this parlay? Umar decision and Silva decision parlay. All right.
Ooh. He might be biased. If you read the comment before, Big Rhymes thinks Silva's a cutie. Fighting that boy with the shaved head. I know Trump won't like that. That is a fair take, Grimy. Fair take.
I'm fairly sure that every heterosexual male thinks the same thing of Natalia Silva.
And I think both ends. I think boys, girls, I think it's universal beautiness and cuteness there from a Natalia Silva. Can't argue
Facts.
that one.
Facts.
And what's up, John Down? What it do? Great to have you.
Let's see here. I'm just clearing my current best.
Let us know how you're feeling about this card, John Dong. We're going through the main event. A few fights in now. Let us know any takeaways or how you're seeing, the bets, or just as a fan. What are you excited about? Talk to us.
All right. So Umar decision is minus 135. Natalia decision is minus 225. Oh, you parlay them together for plus 151? That's good odds.
That is pretty
It's
good.
actually those are pretty dank, bro. I'm gonna actually throw a whole unit on that one. I
Absolutely.
actually really like that.
I think the worst odd is from Lazy Bed here, calling me out and wanting to see me in the Technicolored cornrows. I think that was back with the Suga O'Malley breakdown, and that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. I don't think my 5 head is conducive for the cornrow look, but certainly appreciate that. So that's why the worst odds you get bet on is seeing Drive Turkey Nano in some cornrows, but love the enthusiasm. had to make that comment known.
Gotta do it. Silva would steal your girl. That's a fact, bro. She actually would.
Yeah.
Two legs on
her.
plus odds is fire, bro. That's a solid fucking bet. I'll let her, he said. That's funny.
Cyberback for a curfew.
I'll say. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times, I'll say. Speaking of which, folks, if you're drinking, drink with us. Raise one up. And if you're not, that's fine. Raw dog some air. Take a big old deep breath and just give yourself a pat on the back. You made it through another week. And Saturday for fights, here we come. Cheers to you.
Salute. Yeah, Drive Peacock Nano. That might be the new name here moving forward.
Jive Peacock Nano is actually fucking great.
That's pretty good.
I need you to do the cornrows and we're going to make merch.
I'll see what I can do. Might need to AI it up, but we'll see how it looks.
Fucking love it. So yeah, man. I mean, you know where my head is here. My head is just happily on Natalia Silva. That sounded bad. That sounded weird.
Well,
no, my head, my mind. No, I'm picking Natalia Silva to win this fight.
Bad tissues or happy tissues over there. Come on now.
Oh, Jesus Christ. It's been a long week, bro. It's been a long week.
That it has.
Give me a fucking break. Is that a Cobra Kai shot glass? Yes, it is. And then right here is, so that's Johnny Lawrence. That's Daniel LaRusso doing the crane kick, and it's signed by what's his name? Pat Morita, the guy that played Mr. Miyagi.
Oh, Mr. Miyagi. Oh, sick. Okay.
Yeah. My boy Jalen. Shout out Jalen from Year One International Fight Week. He got me that for Christmas a handful of years ago.
Jalen, let's go golfing if you're listening.
And then
you are. Let's get a tea time.
I also have a new picture that's going to get hung up somewhere over here. I'll have to do one of these guys so you can see it after I hang it up. But my significant other's brother for Christmas, he ended up actually last week showed up to a family get together and he's like, "Hey, I know it's after Christmas. Sorry it's late, but I got you guys all something." And he got me a signed Dustin Poirier poster of him getting the belt wrapped around, the interim belt wrapped around him by Dana White.
That's sick, dude. That's brother.
Yeah, I cried, bro. I literally cried.
Oh, dude. Yeah, you look like Dustin getting it wrapped around. Just so excited.
Yeah, I was like holding it, just like fucking trying not to cry, bro. And he's like, is it a good picture? Like, and then Mary literally was messaging him after. She's like, "You did not have to do that." And his response about getting it for me was actually just as nice as getting it. He said, "As long as I've known Olin and known how much of a Dustin Poirier fan, this feels like something I've wanted to get him for a very long time. I just wanted to make sure I got him the right one." And
there we go.
He definitely fucking did. That is at the top of my to-do list this weekend before the fights to hang that up. So let's go, bro.
Yeah, that might go front and center behind you. We might do a little rearranging, but
I was gonna say I might have to rearrange some stuff,
Got to.
Oh man. Yeah. And then one more thing I have to call out. If you see the nunchucks here, those are signed by Nick Diaz.
Oh,
I won that in a giveaway.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's sick.
It was actually, I have the sticker here that they sent with it. Shout out.
Oh, nice.
Combat Sports Today, CST.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out.
Great guys over there. So yeah, I am going to Natalia Silva. I was going to say I'm not going to bet on her, but that's a fucking lie. I'm putting a unit on her to win by decision, as well as Umar Nurmagomedov, ladies and gentlemen.
Umar Nurmagomedov, ladies and gentlemen.
Every time.
So now we are going to talk about a featherweight bout between Arnold Almighty Allen and John Lord Silva. Nano, all week, I have been on John Silva. Okay, it's just he's been my guy. I've been a big fan of his for quite some time, but I got to tell you, something happened this week that made me change my mind just a little bit. right? And what happened, what had happened was, and mind you, we had our fantasy UFC draft just a week ago. And I drafted Jean Silva as my featherweight. And I'm picking against him for the dumbest reason. I'm going to call it that, right? I'm a cat dad, all right? I got cats. Got a cat tower right here. I got a little cat bed right here where my big guy, Bucky Moose, sleeps next to me while I work from home all day. Arnold Allen showed up to fight week with his cat. He brought his cat from London. And when asked, why did you bring your cat all the way from London with you to fight week? This motherfucker straight up said, in my experience, when you're, you're going to go and fight a dog, you want to bring a cat.
Bringing a cat to a dog fight. Okay.
And then it got even better. Again, I'm picking this guy for the dumbest reasons. There's actual no analytical reason. There is. I'll get into it. But the other dumb reason, okay, is these guys were at the presser, and Jean Silva does his Jean Silva thing. Las Vegas! Hoo, 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 hoo. Getting everybody to fucking, or are they in Los Angeles? Where's the fight card?
Vegas. Yep, you're in
T-Mobile.
Vegas.
Yeah, so they're Las Vegas. He's getting everybody to bark, right? People start barking in the crowd. And Arnold Allen, in the most Arnold Allen manner, just grabs his mic and says, bark if you're gay.
that show is so funny.
And then everybody just stops barking.
I mean, that was probably the best soundbite in a long time I think we've gotten. I did not expect it to be from Arnold Allen. That shit got me literally LOL.
That's the catfish. He named his catfish, bro. I love that shit. And Lazy Bat, I love you, dude. You're always on when it comes to these fucking random ass facts. I love it, dude. Tom Bob 4002. If you have bright white headlights on your vehicle, you're worse than John.
You know what?
I will tell you, the bright lights, especially if you're driving behind me and you actually have your brights on, or if you have those modified, like, fucking ultraviolet, like you're trying to kill the vampires in a fucking Blade movie bullshit on, I will literally move into the next lane, let you get in front of me, and I'm just putting my brights on. I'm flashing you like, you like that? You like that, motherfucker? Fucking, this is my relief right there. Let's fucking go, dude. Fucking flash you too. So yeah, I get it. Fun fact, one of my old Muay Thai coaches at Victory MMA, we were messaging, this is like 2 years ago, on Instagram, and he literally brought up the same thing, Tom Bob. He's like, people that have their fucking brights on the fucking freeway are the worst, bro. They're scum of the earth, dude. And I was like, have you, like, do you use the little flip tag thing on your rearview mirror to dim the lights when they do that stupid shit? And he's like, what are you talking about? So I sent him a picture. Because I had my Hyundai at that point. It had the little flip tab. Mine has like a fucking, some kind of technology that auto dims it when it gets dark. It is literally the coolest fucking part of my car, in my opinion. But I showed him that and he's like, I have driven for 15 to 20 years and I did not know what the fuck that was for. You have changed my life.
Literal.
Shit was hilarious, bro. I'll take halogens in my eye over the destruction of my little Janice's sanctity. Thank you.
Janice.
Oh, Lazy Pen. Please never change, dude. This is fucking TJ Serenity now. I do the same shit, Olin. Let's go, bro.
That's too funny. Yeah, shout out Tom Bob for the banter here. We post all our comments. This is a communal show, so
always
whatever you say will get displayed. So please comment with caution.
Yeah, we are here, bro. Don't say anything you don't want us to read out loud. Let's just say that.
We be seeing you. Well, yeah, fair enough. A little late.
So, all the funny shit that I said, let's jump into the real shit, okay? Arnold Allen is a technical fighter. He is a strong fighter, and he is a great fighter. If you look at what he's done, not only in the sport of MMA, but more specifically in the UFC, like, let's just talk about the people that have beaten him inside of the UFC, okay? He has only lost to 2 people in the UFC. Just stop me if you don't know where I'm going with this, Nano. Maybe you haven't heard of these guys before. We have a Movsar Evloev, weird name. I don't know if you ever heard that one. And a Max, I believe his nickname is some weird thing like Blessed Holloway. Max Blessed Holloway beat him. And mind you, neither of those were finishes. They were simply unanimous decisions. And he almost dropped Max in that last round. So, I don't know, man. I genuinely think that Arnold Allen is gritty, he's smart, and he's witty. He's gritty and he's witty, brother. And Jean Silva, as much as I love him, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a big fan of the dog, right? But quite that. I just genuinely think that he gets too excited. He gets too gun hungry, too trigger happy, right? Whereas more often than not, we're saying, oh, you know, somebody got hurt and they're getting gun shy. He's the opposite. Whether he's been hurt or he's doing the hurting, he's always just a little bit trigger happy, which is why, right? He has a very, very high finish ratio. The guy, more often than not, goes out there and finishes fights to the tune of 75% of all of his 16 wins coming by way of knockout alone. Like, the guy is a beast. So I do believe he can knock out 95% of that entire division, Nano. I have no doubt in my mind. I also think that Diego, where are you? Lopez sits at the top of that list that is just not going to get knocked out by him. And Arnold Allen and Max Holloway are also at the top of that list, bro. Like, that is the upper echelon of, if you put their faces on Mount Rushmore, they would have to source a shit ton of granite for the chin. Okay? Because it has to be factually representative of what their chin is made of. And I'm pretty sure those chins are made of granite. Yeah, I got to go with Arnold Allen here. I do think he grinds it out to a decision, which makes me want to scroll up a little bit here. Who said this earlier? I should have known. I should have known it was grimy. You smart son of a bitch. Bro, Allen by decision is plus 500. As much as I hate this for our UFC Fantasy League, Nano, I genuinely do feel like this is a smart play for money's sake. Yeah. I think I got to go with it. I'm gonna do Allen by decision at plus 500. I think I'm gonna do a half unit on that just for funsies. And Tom Bob says, let's see. I used to have a stick in my truck, or a sticker on my truck that says, "If you have bright white headlights, I hate you." I love that. I love that for you. You guys made my day. This is my first time watching. You just got my sub. Let's go. I'm pouring another shot to that. Let's fucking go. New subs.
Hell yeah.
Shots.
Hell yeah. Appreciate you.
Let's fucking go. We must factor in the 18-month layoff of Allen. Lazy bed. We have what's called a love-hate relationship. I love you for pointing out all these facts. I also sometimes hate you for pointing out all these facts. I did have that in the back of my mind, which is why I've gone back and forth on this so often across the last 2 weeks. And more often than not, lean towards Jean Silva up until fight week. But I don't know, man. I feel like, and this might just be for the male audience, Jean Silva is the epitome of, like, just, you know, when you really need that release, you go watch a crazy Jean Silva fight. And then after you watch that barbaric shit, you get your post-nut clarity and you're like, I could have done something different with my time. Maybe I'm part of the problem here. Shame. I knew you'd love that one, Nano.
Not the PNP, not the post-nut.
So you're like, I got the PNP on this one. I feel like I got the PNP on this one after just watching tape, and I'm like, it's like when I watched Jean Silva, I was like, this is new, this is exciting. Never seen that before. And then you see Arnold Allen, you're like, but the fundamentals, oh my.
He's got dealt.
Sometimes the classics hit. You know what I'm saying?
That they do.
I feel like Arnold Allen is all about the classics. He is coming in off of a drawn out shoulder rehabilitation. I think that shoulder rehabilitation is actually going to be a bigger factor as to why I pick him to win versus not win. As somebody who, there's a chance, I don't know if you heard that, but like my shoulder clicks very badly, even just like rotating it. It clicks 3 times on the right side every rotation and 2 times on the left side every rotation, to put it into perspective of how shitty they are. My knees also pop more often than not whenever I fucking bend down or stretch at all. So as somebody with those problems who has highly considered making the trip to Mexico to get some fucking stem cells injected in me, I like to think that he's probably going to just be a lot better off for getting this shoulder rehab done, taking an adequate amount of time off to see it fit and see it through. And we also don't know how long he was fighting with that shoulder kind of disability, so to speak, or that shoulder just kind of hindering his performances in there against a Max Holloway or a Movsar Evloev. Like, what if he was 100% going into those fights? We don't know if he was or not. But knowing that he had to have an extensive shoulder surgery and then take a long layoff of 18 months to rehab it and get back in fight shape, tells me he was probably dealing with that problem longer than he wasn't. So, yeah. I will say Silva is just autistic. Lazy Pet said, I will say Silva is just autistic enough to give away 2 rounds doing dumb shit and lose a decision. That's why I love the plus 500. You're talking about a very mature, very fundamentally sound fighter against a guy that is very vicious and very, very strategic and insane. But like, John Silva is like the young, scrappy dog that just made it to the junkyard. And Arnold Allen's the guy that's like fought the last 3 junkyard dogs and got the respect of those guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a difference in the way that those guys carry themselves. And one of them might be a little bit more vicious and maybe have more foam coming out of their mouth at any given moment. But the other one, real ones know, he's not just going to go down and lay down. Like, it's not going to happen, bro. So before we get Nano's pick here on this one, shout out to Tom Bob 4002, our new sub. Shout to you, my guy. If you're drinking, drink with us. If not, that's fine too, my friend. We appreciate you being here. Cheers.
Salute. Appreciate y'all. We need more Tom Bobs in this world. I'll tell you that much.
We do. I'm not gonna lie. His name makes me think of Lord of the Rings. Tom Bombadil. Underrated character.
There you go. Good pull.
Homie that just lived in the woods, was basically stronger than the main bad guy, but just chose not to fight until the one time they came in his woods and he fucking obliterated the army. He's like, don't do that again, fuckers.
In my world now, Grandma.
Fucking jolly dude singing songs and shit. And they're like, who the fuck is this?
Who is this
Crazy guy?
Never fuck with anyone in the woods. I'll tell you that much. It's a different place. Yeah, brother. I mean, I love the breakdown. Love the one-liner from an Arnold Allen. But unfortunately, I think that's going to be his only highlight from this Saturday night. I just think John Silva is a vicious junkyard dog. Man, I'm bought in, man. I'm a dog dad. Maybe that's part of it going into this. Not to put ourselves on different ends here.
So you've drawn the line in the sand, have you?
You've done that yourself, Anakin. Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you what,
You've done that yourself, Anakin.
You were the chosen one. And we all thought John Silva, a.k.a. Lord Silva, was the chosen one. And apparently Lord is coming out. Demon's home, okay? I like what I'm seeing. I love the energy, the tenacity, even the emotions that he fights with and doesn't fight with. I mean, he was crying just seeing the UFC belt. I mean, I feel his passion for the sport, and I feel the energy that he brings when he's in there. You're right. He may get a little cocky and, get hit by Arnold by something vicious. Arnold does like to throw punches and bunches. And ever since that KO on my boy Dan Hooker, I just have the utmost respect for an Arnold Allen. But I just think in this scenario, if they make it a true dog fight or a cat fight for that matter, I just think John Silva's going to find a way to get it done. I mean, that guy has some vicious power. He landed one of the nastiest chokes. He won submission of the year last year, so he does have that in the arsenal. I don't know how good Arnold Allen is on the ground. Who gave him his belt? Who gave him the black belt, if he even is? I like everything about John Silva in this fight, and he knows what's at stake. He knows how close he is to getting that title shot, because his only blemish in the UFC is a loss to Diego. Where are you? Fighting for the title, Lopez. And so I'm taking John Silva, man. I'm taking the Lord. Dogs bark in the backyard, baby. Dogs bark in the backyard. Let's go.
The dogs do bark in the backyard. Tom Bob said my jaw pops when I kiss / make out with my girlfriend. I give my girlfriend credit for not letting it freak her out.
Oh, geez.
So I just responded to him in the chat. My jaw pops too. Typically not when I'm kissing or anything, but like when I yawn, it sounds like a fucking small gun or a firework. It's bad. I think I've showed Nano one time. He's like, that doesn't sound like it feels good. And I can tell you it doesn't. It doesn't feel good at all. Which is why when I'm about to yawn, I'm like, oh boy, here we go again.
Here we go.
Oh, man. There you go. Hit that pen, brother. We got those two. Where's mine? Here we go.
A little cheers, Ashton brother. Penty. I like it. Salute.
Little Benjamin Button. Yeah, man. I mean, after hearing your breakdown, only one thing comes to mind, right? You were the chosen one, Nano. It was said that you would destroy the Sith, not join them. Bring balance to the force, not leave it in darkness.
Nice.
I'm upset. I'm upset. No, it's funny. I'm a dog guy too, but I somehow ended up being a cat dad. I grew up with pit bulls and fucking anything from pit bulls to poodles, depending on who was picking the dog, my dad or my mom, and ended up with cats because one of my coworkers was giving one away and then got another one, and then fucking a random street cat ended up finding her way into our house, and now she sleeps in bed with us every night. So here we are. That's our rat bastards that I love very much. But you know what? I also love your little one, Luna. So I'm not an anti-dog person. I just have cats. All right. And may the best man win. I just think it's gonna be Arnold Allen. You know what I'm saying? Fight week show raid. Let's go, WMC.
Let's go.
Hope those guys had a fucking fantastic stream. Hope they gave you everything you wanted and more in the fight breakdowns. I'm sure they did. And with that being said, you guys are just in time for us to start the prelim card at the top. We have a fighter that, I mean, I can't even pronounce his name perfectly myself, so I'm just going to lend my hand off to the best announcer or commentator in the world here.
Umar Nurmagomedov, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right. Umar Nurmagomedov, ladies and gentlemen, against Deiveson Figueiredo. You know what I'm saying? Figgy, can't you see? You probably need to increase your grappling. No, he's definitely going to get taken down again and again and again. Have you ever had the back of a bottle of shampoo or body wash? You know how it says rinse, wash, repeat cycle. That's exactly what Umar Nurmagomedov is going to do out there, folks. Bad jokes aside, I just think that Umar brings a very, very specific skill set and one that is detrimental to beating somebody like a Deiveson Figueiredo. Figueiredo, classic Muay Thai style. Like he has like kind of that upright stance to an extent, but I just think he doesn't have a whole lot to offer in the grappling. He was taken down by fucking Brandon Moreno. What do you think a Nurmagomedov is going to do to him, bro? I'll keep it short. I'll keep it sweet. I don't think this fight stays on the feet. Umar Nurmagomedov is going to hand Figueiredo a defeat. Let's go, Nano. Who do you see taking it home?
I see it the same way, my brother. We're on the same team again here. We're back in good graces. I think Umar is going to go out there and put on another clinic. Even if Deiveson Figueiredo made weight, which he did not, I think it was asked earlier if that fight is still going on. To my knowledge, I have not seen anything breaking. I have not seen that fight get called off. I don't know if you've seen anything different. But knowing Umar in their camp, they're going to go out there regardless. He could have weighed in. He could have not cut weight at all, and I think Umar still would have took the fight. That's how serious he is. That's how game he is. He's ready for anything. And bummer for Figgy to not make weight. He moved up the weight class to avoid these types of scenarios. So maybe there's an injury. Maybe it was just a bad cut. Either way, does not favor him in any capacity. And then when you just break down the X's and O's, I mean, I think Umar just is better than Figgy in every facet. The grappling, the striking, the IQ, the heart, the grit, the stamina or endurance, if you will. I think this is going to be just a vintage performance from Umar to go out there, get his hand raised in dominant fashion, whether it's by decision or getting Figgy out of there sooner rather than later. And then, you know, he has his eye on the prize, and that is that gold belt. With a Piotr Jan, he matches up extremely well. So there is a good chance, and I spoke about it previously in other episodes. Feel free to go check it out. We talked over future champs and things like that. I do think Umar is going to be a future champion of this year. By the end of the year, Merab may have something to say about that, but even if they run it back, just like what we saw with Merab recently, that's not a guarantee. The machine is not as well old as it once was. So that is definitely something to factor in. But we're talking about Umar versus Figgy, an overweight Figgy. No chance. I think it's Umar by a landslide.
Yeah, that weight miss by 2.5 pounds is tough. And he looked drained on the scales, bro. Like it did not look like it was a fun weight cut or like he was doing it for a strategic advantage in any way, shape, or form. It just looked like he was drained on the scale, and he's done a bad job. And we're talking about somebody who's gone up in weight, which is a real shame. Not good, right? Because he used to make championship weight a weight class lower, and now he can't make 135. What is your major malfunction, asshole? As they would say in Full Metal Jacket. What is your major malfunction, asshole?
Oh boy,
that's a fucking good ass movie, bro.
Oh, it's a great movie. One of the best. One of the best.
So yeah, I mean we're in unison here. We're back to firing on all cylinders. Let's jump on up into middleweight, but for a bout between Ateba Gautier and Andrey Pulyaev. I'm gonna go to Nano on this one first. I'm curious to hear kind of where your head's at. I feel like this is a one-way affair.
It is, and the odds would suggest it. You know, Umar minus 1450, which is berserk, but Ateba Gautier not far behind him, minus 950. The storm is coming, and we're talking about the actual weather here in the States, but that is also Ateba Gautier. I mean, this guy is a problem. Wish I was able to get him on my fantasy UFC team, but was not able to. Dude's going to go out there and take care of business. He is the new age Francis Ngannou. He's coming out of Cameroon, and the dude has lethal power. The dude is vicious, and he is not going to want to see this go out of the first round. That's just the way he fights. He hits people, and they go onto the canvas. Now, I do have a lot of respect for Andrey Pulyaev. I do think he's somebody that will continue to develop. It's just a bad hand that he got dealt here going up against someone like an Ateba. So, however Andrey looks, probably going to get picked up off the canvas here, you know, after a vicious knockout. But he is someone that I do have a lot of respect for, and I think will bounce back in major ways. Could he potentially pose some threats and try to muddy the waters, if you will? Can he get a hold of Ateba before he starts landing those punches? Potentially. But Ateba's so gosh darn strong. He has really good defense. He's very athletic. So it's going to be a true chess match for Andrey to really, again, weather the storm, not to keep, you know, beating that drum. Yeah, man, this is Ateba's fight to lose. He is an absolute stud. The line is accurate. He is going to go out there and win more likely than not. And it's probably going to be by a knockout in the first round, potentially second, but I don't see it even going that long, my brother. So don't leave the TV for this fight. It's going to be a quick one. What do you think, brother?
I think the same exact thing. I'll keep it short and sweet. Andrey Pulyaev, I respect him for taking the fight. I don't think it was smart. I think his manager should be replaced immediately. Not now, but right fucking now. The dude entered the UFC after a win on the Contender Series over Liam Anderson, lost to CLD Christian Leroy Duncan via unanimous decision. Dude got the unan on him, and then he went out there against Nick Klein, got the win via body kicks followed by punches, or a barrage of punches in round number 2, rather. And it's worth mentioning that the man that he knocked out had just recently been knocked out in the same round in his previous fight. So I don't know, man. I think this is going to be pretty one-way traffic. I think Ateba Gautier, when he hits people, he hits them like they've never been hit before. He doesn't knock people out. He makes them regret signing the dotted line to fight him. And I think this is going to, unfortunately, be no different for the opposition on Saturday afternoon. Nano, when it comes to this light heavyweight bout, though, between Nikita Krylov and Modestas Bukauskas, you know Modestas Bukauskas is a friend of the show, and we absolutely love that guy. So I have a bit of bias. I'm going Modestas Bukauskas. Not only that, but I'm going Modestas Bukauskas via knockout. I think he gets it done inside of 2.5 rounds, and I think the minor is going to get buried in that mine come Saturday night. But the only thing that I worry about is the fact that he has 16 wins by submission and 12 by knockout. He is a consummate professional. He's fought the Ryan Spans of the world as well as the Dominic Reyes's. And I mean, like, his losses are noteworthy names, right? Jan Blachowicz, you may have heard of him. Glover Teixeira, you may have heard of him. That was a split decision loss. Magomed Ankalaev, couldn't finish him, but he beat him by unanimous decision. Paul Craig got a triangle choke on him after losing the first 2 rounds. And then he gets 3 wins in a row over Alexander Gustafsson, Volkan Ozdemir, Ryan Superman Spann. And by the way, all 3 of those are finishes. Okay? 2 out of 3 of those are finishes. The Volkan Ozdemir is tough. Couldn't get him out. And then he got knocked out by the counter left by Dominic Reyes. We all loved it. We all cheered. We wanted to see Dominic get back on that saddle again last year. It actually got it done on my fucking birthday. And then he went out right after that and lost to Bogdan Guskov in the very first round as well. 4 minutes and 18 seconds in. So he's coming off 2 back-to-back first-round knockouts. And he's fighting Modestas Bukauskas, who realistically has really been coming into his own as far as striking goes. 2 out of his last 3 wins coming by way of knockout in the very first round or finish in the very first round. So I'm leaning Modestas Bukauskas here. And not only that, but I genuinely think that he gets it done inside the distance. I think he knocks him out. if we look at the odds, they would state that realistically, they're leaning towards the same. The most juice you can actually get, or sorry, the lowest juice you can get is Modestas Bukauskas by knockout at plus 120. I think I might fall for the trap here and take that, Nano. Am I crazy?
No, you're not. I'm a big fan of Modestas Bukauskas as well. The Baltic Gladiator's a stud, and he is going out there to take his opponent out and leave the judges' scorecards not even relevant. I do like what I've seen from him as recent. Nikita Krylov, the 30-11 record, definitely makes me want to pump the brakes, though I do have a lot of respect for him as a fighter. I think he's really, really good, but he's not great. He doesn't have that it factor to him, and that's just being harsh. Critic here with the microphone in front of me. Much respect, but I think Modestas Bukauskas, excuse me, is somebody that is trending in the right direction. He did have one loss in his last 5 fights to a Vitor Petrino, who's no longer in the division, so was a weight bully. Didn't really belong here. Hey, you got knocked out by a heavyweight, so be it. These things happen. But since then, he's been on an absolute tear, stringing together 4 wins in a row. Shout out Leandro. Paul Craig deserved a retirement outro way more than a little Cejudo. You're probably correct. And I did take the sleeves off here. Regardless of the weather, I'm in Arizona. It's sunny and 70, so the sleeves had to come off. Had to let y'all know. Yeah, I've been in the gym. No, but all jokes aside, great to have Leandro. This is a banger. Olin does have the same haircut as Modestas, and it's a clean fade. That high and tight, baby. I like it. Always fresh.
I'm a half week overdue. It's getting a little bit long for me on the sides. I need to get that skin fade going.
Hey,
I appreciate you, brother.
Don't talk to me about haircuts. I haven't got one since now. I got the flow going, but
I'm one of those every 2 to 3 weeks where I feel like a caveman kind of guy, bro.
You do grow a lot of hair quickly. I will give you that, man.
It's wild.
And I just, again, I think Modestas is in the right place at the right time. He's 31 years young. He's really entering his prime. Again, 4-fight win streak in a light heavyweight division. That is no easy feat. And the dude looks the part. I mean, he's 6'3", built like a shit brick house, and he's got the skills to back it up. So I do think he's going to go out there and win. I do have him on my UFC fantasy team, so I am hoping he comes out, gets me a lot of points here with the first round finish. And that's my verdict, y'all. I could be crazy, but I've seen crazier things. So give me Modestas Bukauskas. Yeah, I'm sorry, brother. I'm butchering your name today. But I'm taking you, MB, by TKO. Let's go.
It's okay to butcher the name every now and then, bro. It happens. It happens to the best.
It does. In WMC, you are correct. The muscle shirt came in. The muscles are on layaway. They will hopefully get here at some point, but I'm not going to hold my breath on it. That's, batteries not included, if you will. Let's go.
Oh, sorry, Olin. Forgive me, dude. No worries. I just wanted to say it so that way, you got to get it right moving forward. I love you, Leandro.
Just read me. Don't let it happen again.
Don't let it happen again, bro. We're going Modestas Bukauskas here. Sounds like we're both on him by knockout, so I'm happy. I'm going to put a unit on that one.
Absolutely. Full unit is good.
Yeah. I think that's the move. You put 1 unit on it, you get 2.2 back. I don't want to say it feels like easy money, but it does feel like it kind of does.
I'm going with the gut on that one. I feel good about it. Looks like we both do. Got to write it out.
I know you're right about it.
I know that.
Oh, man. So with that, let's move on into the little guys. Got a flyweight bout between Alex Perez and our guy. A lot of friends of the show here on the fight card coming up tomorrow. Charles Energy Johnson. No. I'm going to go to you first on this one. How do you see this one playing out between these two absolute veterans of the UFC?
Definitely savvy veterans. Definitely both guys that have good pedigree, that are going to come in and want to put on a good show. Charles Energy Johnson is on my UFC fantasy team, so I am a little biased. But when I saw this on paper, I really like the matchup. I like how active Charles Johnson is. He's guaranteed to fight multiple times a year. Just talking fantasy talk here, but man, the opponents he's gone out there and beaten really give me a lot of confidence in what Charles Energy is going to go out there and do come Saturday night. Did have one blemish on the record. He lost to Ramazan Tamirov via unanimous decisions about 10 months ago, but I'm not too worried about that. Everything else he's done since then has been great. Knocked out Aloner Kavanaugh, who people were really riding Charles Johnson out of that fight. Fight out of St. Louis, shout out Missouri. Man, I just think Charles is tracking the right direction. And as much as I like Alex Perez, my decision was made when he didn't make weight. You hate to see that. And again, that typically does not favor the heavier opponent. I think statistically speaking, more likely than not, it's going to be the guy that actually came in, had a good camp, had a good weight cut, and is not going to have that issue going into this fight. Charles is a violent fighter. He's got that true Muay Thai style, and I think he's going to really put that on display come Saturday night. So I am taking Charles Energy for golly. That's a good fighter, Johnson. What do you think, brother?
I'm 100% with you, bro. I think Charles Energy Johnson is more consistent than Alex Perez. Like, when we're talking about Alex Perez, we got to bring up the fact that this guy's had more canceled bouts than he has officialized UFC bouts, right? And when the fuck did he change his nickname to The Decision? Like, I get it. You have 12 wins by decision, 6 by knockout, and 7 by sub. You are a decision machine. But it's a very interesting nickname to have. His last win came by way of knockout via right hook over Mateus Nicolau in 2024. However, if we look at what his trajectory has looked like, right, since 2020, we're talking 5 years ago. Guillotine choke loss from Deiveson Figueiredo. Canceled bout over Matt Schnell. Canceled bout over Askar Leskarov. Canceled bout over Matt Schnell. Canceled bout with Matt Schnell. Canceled bout with Matt Schnell. Canceled bout with Askar Askarov. Loses to Alessandro Pantoja. Canceled bout with Amir Albazi. Canceled bout with Kai Kara-France. Canceled bout with Manel Kopp. Loses to Muhammad Makayev. Beats Mateus Nicolau. Canceled bout to Takir Ulanbekov. Fights against Tatsuro Taira. Loses. Fights against Asuel Mabayev. Loses. So, I mean, again, in the same amount of time that he's had 10 canceled bouts, he has lost 4 times and won 1 time. It's just inconsistency for me. Like, I'm concerned whether or not this fight's even going to happen tomorrow. But if it does, I'm staking my money on Charles Energy Johnson. I just think that he's the better fighter. He's the stronger fighter. He's a smarter fighter. He knows how to utilize the range. I just genuinely think that this guy is the truth. He's where it's at. The odds right now on him, I've got to admit, they are the least juicy odds we are probably going to take in the first half of this year at the very least. Minus 175 money line is not ideal. Okay. But I'm also here to tell you, I love this guy. I think he's fantastic. I think he has championship material written all over him. And look, if you put 3 units on him, you get 4.71 back. It's exactly what we're doing. Putting 3 units on him. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. Charles Energy Johnson, folks. And again, what that looks like, to break down the math for you, like let's say your units are 70 or $25. That means you're putting 75 on it. You're getting 117.85 back. If your units are $50, you're putting 150 on it. You're getting 235 back and 71 cents. So whatever your units are, tail lightly. But again, I genuinely think that Charles Energy Johnson is going to go out there and put a hurting on his opponent, Alex Perez, not Alex Pineda. That'd be an interesting matchup.
That was
bit of a size discrepancy there, bud.
Wouldn't go that far, but
wouldn't go that far. But I do think that he beats Alex Perez. So yeah, I'm putting 3 units on Energy. I think he gets it done. He is an absolute stud. And we got to talk about these lightweights, because it seems like Alexander, the not so great Hernandez, just seems to be going on a generational run of taking out legends and people that we love. And the next one on his hit list seems to be Michael Johnson. Oh, man. Hold on. Pips being of tips. You know, for the longest time, I thought it was Charles Energy Johnson. My bro said, did you just say energy? Close enough. Hey, Alexander is becoming great again. You're not wrong. You have Hernandez. I have Hernandez too. I think the first time in my betting history. I'm not betting on this one. I'm staying the fuck away from it. I wouldn't bet on this with Nano's money. Nano, how do you see this one playing out, bro? Because I got to be honest, like, I don't like Alexander Hernandez, but at the, for a lack of giving a detailed breakdown as I usually do, I just think he's the better fighter here. I think he goes out there and gets it done. I think it's not going to be a fun fight. I think it's not going to be a super entertaining fight, but I think it's going to be another notch on the win list for Alexander Hernandez.
It absolutely will be, and that's our opinion. Obviously, nothing's guaranteed in this sport. That's most definite. But I will say, as much as I admire and respect the Michael Johnson and the career he's had and some of the resurgence he's also had as well. I mean, 24-19 record is brutal to look at, but looking at his last 5, he is 4-1 on a 3-fight win streak. 39 years old definitely scares me. He's fine
with a knockout over Dustin Poirier.
That's huge. That's huge, and that goes back a long way, right? I mean, it was early DP in his career. And even around that time, he went and fought Justin Gaethje, and he lost that one. He was really coming in cocky, did not know the game that Justin had, and that really started.
I will die on the hill that he was winning that fight up until he wasn't.
Oh, yeah.
He was winning that fight against Justin Gaethje, and then Justin Gaethje just essentially was like, I think I'm going to beat you now.
Yeah, he turned it on at the right time. I think it
was wild.
Yeah, and you could say that for a lot of Justin's wins and losses. That was
his UFC debut, by the way. Justin Gaethje's.
Hell of a debut. And that's goes to show again how long Michael's been fighting. I mean, this guy has grown and really become a staple in the division, and again on what we would call a resurgence as well, but not like Alexander the Great Ape Hernandez. I mean, that guy is doing some great things. He is 18-8. He's 33 years old, so he's going to have 6 years of youth, which again, I'm going to lean into the statistics here a little bit. They typically end up winning, especially 6+ years difference. The younger fighter, about 60% of the time, will go out there and get their hand raised. And I think part of it has to do with Alexander fighting with Brandon Royval. I think he's really taken some of that skill set, some of that viciousness that we've seen from a Brandon Royval, willingness to stay in the pocket and really wait to get his, even if he's going to take some in return. I like what I've seen from Alexander the Great Hernandez. I think he's going to go out there. He's going to have a little bit more giddy up in his step. He's going to be a little bit more durable than a Michael Johnson. And I think that there's not much that Michael Johnson could throw at Alexander that he has not already seen. So when I factor all that in and just, again, look at some of the guys that Alexander has beat most recently, Diego Ferreira, very, very similar career arc as a Michael Johnson. Chase Hooper, someone that was young and coming up in the game, knocked his behind out. Beat our boy Kurt Halabat now. Woo, woo. And then even before that, beat Austin Hubbard as well. So, taking out the Ultimate Fighter guys back to back there. But I do think this is a fun matchup on paper. I'm surprised it's so early on the card, but that just goes to show how absolutely stacked it is. But give me Alexander, and shout out Leandro here. Great comment. Michael Johnson's got them onk hands, arthritis in his jab, and experience behind the dreads. You're absolutely right. He is true onk status here. And Alexander is no YN at this point in his career, but he's still in his prime and he's trending in the right direction. It's hard for me to see a world where Michael Johnson just goes and outclasses Alexander. I think it's going to be close, but I do think Alexander will get it done, probably by decision. Because Michael Johnson is pretty durable.
I do think it'll go to decision. I think it's going to be a lot closer than people are giving it credit for. And look, if you look at this on DraftKings Sportsbooks, which is our preferred betting method, right? It is the only fight that is this fucking close, right? Virtually identical. It is -110 to -110. So it is a absolute pick'em. Even Vegas has no idea who's going to take this one home. But I do think it's going to end up being Alexander Hernandez, the Great Ape. Now we have 2 more fights to go over here, folks. One of them is in heavyweight. The other one is in welterweight. God, I wish we were talking about another bantamweight bout, but instead we talked about the weigh-in fail. So let's jump on into heavyweight here, Nano. We have a bout between Josh Hokit and Denzel Freeman. This is going to be a fun fight for as long as it lasts. And I got to tell you, I'm looking a lot more forward to the fight than I am to the post-fight endeavor. I'm never really a huge fan of Josh Hokit on the mic. I think that he is as cringe as it gets. He's like Chael Sonnen, but not good at it. And I don't know, man.
It's a bit much. Yeah, it's laid on a little.
I always thought a DraftKings is some dude that's evil at farting. A DraftKings.
Yeah. They are an evil fart if you really think about it.
Oh, that's good. That's good. He said Lewis? I haven't even looked at the card. Fucking WFC, bro. Yeah, Lewis is going to get beat up by Waldo Cortes-Acosta. Oh, man. Yeah, if you bet on that,
I can make you rich.
you know what I'm saying? Because I think that's going to happen. But this Josh Hokit fight, I mean, Denzel Freeman did not impress in his first UFC outing. I think we can both agree on that. Nano, we bet against each other on that one. You got it right, but I can't say that. I mean, I can't imagine you were super impressed, even if you did get it right on that one. I just think Josh Hokit has more skills. He's an ex-NFL player. He is a bit of a beast, has a very strong overhand, and overall just very durable in there. I think his opponent is going to have a hell of a hard time putting him out. The only thing that worries me is the 30-pound weight discrepancy. 30 pounds is a lot of weight. Like that is a lot of weight, bro. So, Pip, this is exactly it. I was looking forward to Freeman, but not after his last fight. Yeah, same. I just think it's going to be a bad night for Denzel Freeman. I think Josh Hokit gets his hand raised. I think he probably gets it raised within the first 2 rounds, but I don't feel bullish enough to bet on it. I'll do a shot before I pass it over to you, Nano. Dude, to the first card back and to the Paramount Plus era of the UFC. I mean, I genuinely can't fucking wait. As soon as we jump off this, I'm turning on boxing. Cheers to you all. Thanks for being here. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Appreciate y'all. It's been a fun one getting back in the saddle with y'all. Some great takes, some good side banter as well. I learned something new about the ultra white headlights. Shout out our boy Bob. But I'll tell you what, man. Yeah, Josh Hokit, aka the Incredible Hoke, aka I think his nickname should be Haryukin. But that's just my personal opinion. Haryukin. Guys find out of Fresno, 28 years young. He is an ex-NFL player. I'm going to lean into that bias. I think, weight aside, this guy is used to going up against guys that are literally 100-plus pounds heavier than him. He's going to have the strength. He's going to have that athleticism. He's going to have that snap at the end of his punches. He's a true elite athlete in every sense of the word. And now he's entered the chat here in the UFC, 7-0 record. Showcased well. His mic work could definitely use some sprucing and spicing up a little bit. But he's got a dog in front of him. Denzel Freeman, a.k.a. the Luke Fox, is far from a fox. Foxes are small and stealth-like. Denzel Freeman might as well be a freaking ox in there. That guy is big and bad to the bone. But I question how skilled he truly is. I mean, he's walked through a lot of his opponents, but when you're an unranked heavyweight, I think it's really anyone's game. So I may stay away from this from a Ben perspective, but I do think Josh Hokit has the skills, has the tenacity, has athleticism and heart, and the gas tank to go out there and find a path to victory. Even if it isn't a quick fight, I think if they go the distance, he can get enough takedowns. He's good at tackling. Again, he played NFL football, but he also is really skilled and is going to pack a heavy punch against a Denzel Freeman. So we'll find out if the Incredible Hoke is as incredible as his name suggests, but I do think he'll find a way to get it done, though I don't necessarily think he's the best on the mic. Might be an early front runner for most cringe post-fight interview come this next year for MMAnomaly Awards. I'm going to go out there and say that. But it's going to be a fun one. Let's go.
Yeah, 100%, bro. I definitely think that it's going to be another contender for most cringe award next year on the MMAnomaly Awards. And I got to pull up this comment. I mean, absolutely ESPN, bro. I'll say it again, a little louder for you guys in the back. ESPN, okay?
Agreed. Hate their app. Hated the partnership.
So bad.
Always hard to find fights, to watch fights.
The first year was great.
Mm-hmm.
The first year was great. And then after that, it just all went downhill. It's like they just got super complacent, super lazy. I will tell you the thing I'm most excited about, or most thankful for, I should say, after switching to Paramount is the fact that I'll tell you, like, I thought we were going to lose a lot of sports relevancy. I thought that ESPN was going to stop playing UFC clips on SportsCenter and things like that and highlights, but they haven't. They've continued doing it. They are still posting UFC content, right? So they do see them as a growing sport. They do see them as kind of one of those things. And honestly, like it's huge for the UFC to keep that relevancy while also getting an invite to the was it the not the Oscars, the Emmys? Like, bro, like I mean, these guys are Golden Globes or something like that. Like they were at one of the bigger award shows this year with Brian Ortega and Mackenzie Dern showing up as the security for the award show. Like it was cringe, but it also got at least 200,000 new sets of eyes that don't give a fuck about UFC on it. And even if a small percentile of those people watch the UFC card next, and a smaller percentile of that percentile becomes fans, it worked. It was a good ploy. No matter how cringe you, me, or Nano thought it was, folks. So yeah, with that being said, Hokit takes it home. Don't think he'll do a great job on the mic, but I do think he'll do a great job inside of the cage. And with that being said, let's go into the last fight of the night, Nano. It is a welterweight bout between Adam, forget about it. You know what I'm saying? Coming in against Ty Miller. I got to tell you, Nano, Ty Miller. This guy, he's a newcomer to the UFC. And while we were sitting there having the draft for our UFC season, I know that you had to do your draft picks afterwards. You weren't able to do it snake style, so you weren't there for the VC, so you missed this. But shout out Drew, because I give him shit all the time. Because like he's such a good fan of the UFC. Like he watches all the cards. He even flies out still like once every month or two to watch the cards here in San Diego with me. But I always give him shit about being a casual fan and the fact that like he's only into the top. He only cares about who the best is, right? This guy drafted Ty Miller, a welterweight debutant in his UFC draft. And I genuinely, like, I said, wait, Ty Thriller Miller? And he's like, yeah, he's making his debut. And I'm like, what the fuck, bro? And he's like, yeah, forget, like, Adam Fugitt always loses. So, you know, I feel like I was genuinely and thoroughly impressed with Drew's picks this year. I'm concerned. I'm worried. I think Ty is an absolute beast. He has 0 wins by submission, 2 by knockout, 4 by decision. Yes, you did that math correctly. He is making his UFC debut with just 6 fights under his belt. As we say, he's still very wet behind the ears. He's still very fresh in this game, in this sport, and in this world. While Adam Fugitt has had almost twice as many wins and, you know, definitely more losses, right? He's 10-5 against an undefeated fighter, but Adam Fugitt is this guy that he's tough. He's tough to put away. Unless you're in the UFC. But can we just admit, Nano, for a half second here, the UFC matchmakers have not done this kid any favors at all. Like his losses. Let's just talk about his 3 losses in the UFC. Michael Morales, have you heard of him? Mike Malott, have you heard of him? And Islam Dulatov.
Yeah.
I mean, the Dulatov one being his most recent fight is just, it feels like a backhanded slap from the UFC matchmakers. Like, he beat Solomon Renfro in LFA, gets his shot in the UFC on short notice against Michael Morales. Michael fucking killed him in 3 rounds, knocked him out in round number 3. And then he goes against Yusaka Kinoshita in a UFC fight day that was mainly focused on the growth of Chinese fighters. He gets the win, and they're like, fuck, he beat the China guy. We were trying to put on these Chinese fighters. And he beat him from mount, just fucking boom, dropping elbows on him in round number 1. It was nasty stuff. After that, they turn him around against Mike Malott very quickly, right? He fought February 4th. They had him fight again in June on the 10th against Mike Malott. He loses via guillotine choke, round number 2. Then they put him again against the Renegade, Josh Quinlan, right? Which we're a big fan of on this show. He's not the best fighter in the world, kind of a 500 fighter at this point, but he's fun to watch. And Fugitt went on there and put it on him, bro. Got a split decision. They're like, cool, you got back in the win column. Here's Islam Dulatov. And Islam just fucking knocked him out in 1 round, bro. Like, but with all due respect, is that not what Islam Dulatov does? The guy is 12-1. They call him the Ripper for good reasons, because I mean, he has a 57% knockout ratio out of his entire professional career. Oh, and by the way, he's also a fucking, like, what is it? Like Gucci model, or a fucking, like, he's like a top, like, signature
he's up
Prada
there.
or Gucci or something, like GQ model should be the fucking phrase, because that's what he looks like.
Yeah.
So like to see
Very
this guy in his like fur coats and shit, and then he comes out and he knocks you out, it's already defeating enough. I feel bad for Fugitt. But like I said in the beginning, forget about it. Okay? Because Ty Miller's here. He's the guy. He's so fucking strong. And when he gets into any type of like tie clinch or grappling exchange, he's gonna appear to be the stronger fighter here. I don't know that Ty is gonna knock him out. Right? He has a pretty low threshold of knockouts, only 33%. So 2 of his professional fights have been knockouts. But with him only having had 6 fights, Nano, playing devil's avocado here before I pass it to you, I would say we don't know enough about him to know whether he's going to knock him out or not. Right? Like, if the guy shows telltale signs of having a weak chin or a compromised chin in any given moment, I'd like to think that this guy is young enough and hungry enough to feel like a shark in the water. I mean, there is a 13 or 12-year age discrepancy between these two. 25 years old versus 37. Like, that's how much older than you I feel most days. But real talk, like, I know you always go with the younger fighter. I gotta feel like off of instinct that you're gonna do the same here. But correct me if I'm wrong. Do you think Ty just goes out here and just dog walks at him, or what? You think it's gonna be close?
Man. Yeah, no, I mean, you painted a great picture here. To answer your question directly, I am going to go with the younger fighter. I was actually surprised to see a Ty Miller on our UFC fantasy draft board. Had to look him up. I was not familiar with his game. And what I did see is some good performances. But again, I'm big on I need to see it before I believe it. The only fight that he's had on a big stage was in the Dana White Contender Series against the Jimmy Drago, where Jimmy did drag him into some deep waters. This was a unanimous decision, but he had
Start
a
calling
really
him Jimmy Drago.
Jimmy Drago, baby, drag your ass into the deep waters, man. I mean, it was a win, but I didn't feel like it was this dominant performance where Ty Miller is this world beater. I like how patient he is. He's a big boy, sitting at 6'2" for the division, 77.5-inch reach. He's very patient, which I think does stand out to me. I think you see a lot of these young fighters, especially in the Dana White Contender Series or the Ultimate Fighter Series, where as soon as the bell rings, they get that adrenaline dump and they are just throwing everything but the kitchen sink at their opponents. He didn't really strike me as that kind of fighter. Very patient, very poised, which certainly can fare well and does translate onto the big stage, but we just haven't seen it. So I have some trepidation around saying he's going to go dog walk and Adam forget about it, right? So, Adam's still game. Like, yeah, he's lost to some great names, like you mentioned. But again, those are some studs in this roster that I think beat most people in the division. So even though Adam is a little bit older at 37 years old, I mean, the 10-5 record, the loss, win, loss, suggest maybe this win is coming up next if we're just looking at the data. But I'm going to keep the data aside. I'm going to stick with my gut and say Ty Miller based on his patience in there. I think he'll even if he loses that.
When it comes to the loss win trend, it's exactly that. It's a trend. Yeah. It's a projection, which, as we tell our clients in the sales world of corporate America, it is only a loose representation of what may or may not happen in the future.
Exactly. So well said. And I think that is the vowed of confidence I would need here to pick them. Tapology, 90% of us true MMA fans are on Ty Miller as well. I just didn't see anything that would make me go against a Ty Miller in this one. So I think he'll get the decision. I don't know if he'll knock out Adam. Forget about it, though. The chin has been known to be a little suspect. I think he'll be game. I think he'll want to walk his opponent down. Adam will try to keep Ty on his back foot for as long as he can. And Ty Miller has shown, even in that Dana White Contender Series debut, like he takes a lot of punches, takes a lot of leg kicks, takes some damage, more than I would like. So I'd love to see him step up from a defensive perspective. But hey, he can take the punches and still weather the storm and come out victorious. So those paths and that data that I've collected on a Ty Miller suggests he's going to go out there and get it done. But I'm going to just sit back, not bet on this one and just enjoy the show as it is kickstarting the card here. It was our last card that we're breaking down, but it is the first one of the night. So tune in early. Again, this whole fight card is going to be an hour early, and that's how it's going to be moving forward on Paramount Plus. So get your lunch, get your popcorn ready. Going to be a hell of a show, just like it was here with all of y'all. We appreciate you. Can't wait for Saturday, man. It feels good to be
Shout
back.
out Juice Man 562. Ah, yeah. What it do, boys? Olin Nano. Yee.
What up, Juice?
Go.
Great to have you, brother. Better late than never. We see you.
Those likes up, baby. Love that.
Got to get
Love
the likes
that.
up.
Juice
Get your
in this
comments in
hoe.
as well. Let's go. And get the comments in right now or after the show when you're watching it. Whether it's just letting us know how we did, letting us know how wrong we are, letting us know where
Let's
we're
learn
right.
parlays.
And exactly that. Thank you, brother. Let us know your bets.
Gotta
That's
tail
the
those.
big one. We will tail them. We will shout you out on the next one when we do win some extra units this year. We're coming out positive in 2025, and all we're looking to do is double up, keep going, and keep growing that bank account as well this upcoming year. So couldn't do it without you. We love you all. Let's fucking go.
And with that, Nano, I know you were pretty hype on this the last quarter of the year last year. Are we sticking with the cycle parlays, at least on the numbered cards?
I think we should. I think
we should. I think it's worth it, bro. All we need to hit is one.
All it takes is one. All it takes is one. So I am definitely on board for that. Let's take a look here.
You're gonna hate me, but I've already got mine.
Oh,
It's plus 521 odds. Not crazy baked here with the 3 pick. So I got Paddy Pimblett by knockout. Paddy Pimblett by submission. Okay, plus 130. Got Waldo Cortes-Acosta for my KO at minus 115. And I've got Natalia Silva as my decision at minus 225. It's gonna be a nail biter because I'm gonna be watching the whole card just waiting for this to happen, right? But plus 521. You put 1 unit on it, you get 6.21 back. I say we stick with our half unit bets on these. You put a half unit, I put a half unit. Together, we're putting a unit each numbered event on one of these cycle parlays. We'll see how we shake out. If you put a half unit on this one, you get 3.1 units back for your troubles. So again, if you're playing with $50 units, you put 25 on it, you get $155.27 back. If you're playing with $25 units, you put $12.50 on it, you get $77.63 back. And God help you, you're paying or playing with $100 units. You crazy fuck. You put 50 on it, you get $310.55 back in your pocket.
Yes, sir. I love it.
Nano, what are you thinking, man? What are you thinking?
I'm thinking what feels like the easiest pick here. Waldo Cortes was a great pick by you, but I'm going to go a little different. My knockout is going to be Ateba Gautier. I think he is for sure probably going to go out there and get the knockout. So that will be my KO in this cycle. My submission, and this one's a little trickier, I'm not going to lie, but I've seen this guy get a ninja choke. I think it'll be based on an accumulation of damage. He'll get Arnold Allen to the ground, and I think he'll find the RNC. I'm going John Lord the Dog Silva for my submission. It's crazy. I know it's going to pay out well. And then I'm going
Plus
Umar by
1,200 on that one alone. We're doing a side bet on that. You fucking psychopath.
I'm a sicko, but I've seen him do it. And there's not a lot
we're
of
putting a
other
unit
people.
on that just for fucking shits and giggles, bro. 1 unit on that literally will generate 13 units back just on that pick. Please continue.
And it's gonna
I
be-
can't
it's
wait to
gonna
see
be
the
a
final odds.
TKO
on this.
style. He's going to have him up against the fence. He's going to be trying to beat him up. Arnold's going to defense well, but then he's going to go out for the RNC. That is my vision. So I'm going with John Silva for the sub, Ateba Gautier for the KO, and I'm going Umar Nurmagomedov by decision. I think Figgy's he's too durable, and if he is going to come in at a little bit of a heavier weight, Umar is not necessarily known to knock out his opponents. I don't think he's really going to get the sub, so I do think Umar will win by decision, but it'll be an easy decision.
This is nasty work by you. If this hits, bro, this is
We're
fucking
up
crazy.
big, baby. We're up big.
And the worst, the worst and best thing about this is yours can hit and mine can hit. None of them are overlapping fights. You get that?
I was trying to avoid it.
That's nasty work by you, bro. You succeeded. You succeeded, my guy. So a half unit on this will net 13.37 back. Again, $50 units. Half unit nets you $668 back.
Ooh. Okay, I might be a little
$25
crazy.
units. Half unit gets you $334. If you're a fucking genuine psychopath degenerate, $100 units. $50 will get you 1337 back. Man. And look, if you grew up when I grew up, you know that that's an elite bet because 1337 in elite speak literally spells leet.
Lead.
Leet.
It is lead. It's lead. Well, that's all I needed to hear.
1337, bro. Like, if you know, you know, bro.
That's all I needed to hear.
That's fucking money in the bank. I love that so much, bro. Oh man, dude, if you put like $2 on this, you'd get like over $50 back. Just an insane bet.
We've seen crazy.
I love
We've
this
seen people hit some crazy ones. So
I love this one so much. We did get one in here. So we're gonna tell this, obviously. Silva decision, Ateba KO, Paddy sub. I like that a lot.
I was gonna go that. You already had Paddy in yours, so I was like, yeah, no, I think I got to switch up a little bit. But that grimy is probably the best out of all three, if we're being real.
I actually really like this. So let's see, Silva decision, Ateba KO. I've already got, and Paddy sub. So minus 550 for the Ateba pick, minus 225 for the Silva pick, plus 130 for the Paddy pick. We're hitting plus 292 odds on this. I was gonna say we're gonna do a fifth of a unit, but honestly, fuck it, bro. We're doing a half unit on this one. We love our followers, and if I really genuinely like believe in the bet, we're just gonna back it with the same units we do on ours. So 3-pick parlay plus 292, 25 on it. You get $98.15, just shy of that $100 mark. $12.50 if you're playing with $25 units. You get $49.07 back. And again, if you are a true degenerate like us, realistically, if you're playing with $100 units, $50, you're getting $196.31 back for your troubles. I actually really like this bet. And the best thing about it is if both of our shit the bed and this hits, we're still playing with house money here, folks. So we'll take that all day. We'll take that all day. If you have any bets, whether it's a cycle parlay, a regular parlay, or just a straight bet, let us know in the comments. As soon as I hit this in-stream button, refresh it, leave us an actual comment. We appreciate each and every one of you in the live stream. It does wonders having you in for engagement and just keeping the conversation going. But those comments that you leave on the actual video, the ones that stick, they help with the algorithm. They help with building the channel, and they help with giving us the opportunity to hopefully do 2 shows every week moving forward, maybe even 3 shows moving forward once we get monetized. Who knows? The sky's the fucking limit, folks. So make sure you're doing that, please. It goes a far, far way. It goes a long way, and hopefully it doesn't take you guys a ton of time or cost you any slack off of your back, right, folks? So on that note, that's it. That's the show. We've hit the almost 2-hour mark. We've covered all the fights. I'm gonna pour up one final shot because, again, I am a degenerate. We are those guys. If you're drinking, may you please drink with us. If you're not, grab your vape pen, grab whatever it is the fuck you do. If you're a healthy guy and you're drinking water or Gatorade or whatever the fuck you're doing, if you're at the gym, do an extra rep for us. Do that. We'd appreciate that. And if you do nothing else, cheers. Like, comment, subscribe, smash that bell for notifications, folks. We appreciate you for being here. Let's go.
Salute. Yes, please drink. Please gym. Please have fun this weekend. Please bet. All of which, do it responsibly, y'all. Let's go. Appreciate you.
Yusuf, let's go, dude. My guy Yusuf, as I like to call him. Big W. Can't wait for tomorrow. I like the Paddy money line plus O'Malley money line. 2-leg plus 110. Ooh.
Oh, plus odds. Hell yeah. Shout out.
On money line too, Paddy and O'Malley. Ooh.
That's a good 2-piece right there. Grimey's got that as well. Grimey's already tailing with Natalia Silva as well.
I am locking in the other one that we just got from Grimy. Just sending that one through. And then I'm going to pull these odds up for this 2-leg. See if we get the same odds on DraftKings here. And I think we'll probably do a half unit on that one too. Let's see. Too far. Paddy. I do like the Paddy pick. And O'Malley. All right. Yeah, I get plus 111 on that one. So again, if you have a $25 units, 12.5 will get you back 26.41. If you have we're doing half unit, right? Yeah, you have 25, so 12.5 will get you 26.41. If you have $50 units, 25 will get you 52.82 back. And then if you have $100 units, 50 will get you 105.64 back. So yeah, we're going to tell that. We're going to do a half unit on it. I like that pick a lot. Anytime we can get a juicy 2-leg parlay, even if I'm like only 50% confident in one of those 2 legs, I'm happy to ride that with you guys. So thanks for throwing that in the chat, Useless. And again, even if you left them in here just like Useless and Grimy have throughout the show, comment them in the actual comment section. That way, God forbid we forget to put them in. We'll remember before tomorrow's fight card starts. And if you haven't already done so, like, comment, subscribe, smash that bell for notifications, folks. And if you do none of the things we've asked you to do, if you don't even watch UFC, if you're not betting tomorrow, that's fine too. If you do nothing else, all that we ask is that you keep on going and you keep on growing. And we really hope to see you for the recap next week.
You've been listening to the MMAnomaly Show. No filter. As you may have been able to tell, we dig the MMA, and our passion is to dive deep into the upcoming fights, give you our expert breakdowns, and help you make sense of all the chaos that is the fight game. We hope you've enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to like, rate, and review. We'll be back soon, but in the meantime, make sure to find us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch at MMAnomaly. Be cool, and we'll see you next time.